So the next drug, that is the acyclovir. Okay, so it is the oxaporin, that is guanine substituted by 2-hydroxy ethoxymethyl substitution. Okay, so this is the structure of guanine. Okay, so this is guanine, this is the sugar part. Together they are called as the guanosine. Okay, so similarly, in case of acyclovir, you can observe this structure up to this part. This part and this part, they are similar. So it consists of guanine part. Okay, here the sugar is present. Instead of this sugar, it consists of hydroxy ethoxy methyl substitution. So this is that part. So that is the difference between the guanosine, which is converted into guanosine monophosphate, diphosphate, and triphosphate. At the end, it enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis. But in case of O-cyclovir, the sugar part is replaced by this part. So when the phosphorylation takes place, it is converted into acyclovir monophosphate, biphosphate, triphosphate. It will enter into the synthesis of DNA and RNA. But what happens, as it doesn't consist of sugar moiety, it will not form a DNA or RNA. So it is responsible for the inhibition of synthesis of DNA and RNA. Okay, so this acyclovir outside the cell, when it enters into the cell, the enzyme viral kinase. Okay, it is not the host cell kinase, it is the viral kinase which is responsible for convert them into monophosphate. Okay, that is the phosphorylation of acyclovir takes place. In second step, the cellular kinase or a host cell cellular kinase, it converts into the diphosphate into the triphosphate. And when acyclovir triphosphate is synthesized, it enters into the DNA synthesis, and due to the absence of the sugar moiety, it will not responsible for the synthesis of DNA. That means it causes the termination of DNA chain as they are missing the sugar part. Similarly, they are responsible to decrease DNA polymerase. So in this way, the acyclovir performs their function as the antiviral by causing the chain termination of DNA due to the absence of sugar moiety, and it decreases the formation of viral DNA polymerase or the activity of viral DNA polymerase. So you can through this. This is the acyclovir. This is the guanine part. The viral kinase enzyme, that is the viral thymidine kinase enzyme. It causes the phosphorylation at this position. So you are getting the phosphate group. So it is called as acyclovir monophosphate. Then the cellular kinase or the cellular kinase enzyme again causes the phosphorylation at this position. So two phosphate groups are attached. It is called as acyclovir diphosphate. Then it is converted again due to phosphorylation into the acyclovir triphosphate. So 1, 2, and 3. There are three phosphate sugar. So sorry, phosphate moiety. So they are called as acyclovir triphosphate. Okay, so it enters into the synthesis of DNA. But as there is absence of sugar moiety, what happens? It does not undergo the chain elongation process, and the DNA synthesis stops at that point. That means they are responsible for inhibition of viral DNA polymerase. Also, they terminate the DNA synthesis, so there is no chain synthesis of DNA takes place. Hence, the DNA chain termination takes place. Okay, for that they have to convert it into the triphosphate form. So there is one prodrug of acyclovir. That prodrug is called as valacyclovir. As the name indicates, val acyclovir. Okay, so इथून गेलं acyclovir, left hand side part, that is the val. Val indicates the valine amino acid. So this valcyclovir, it is the L-valyl ester product of acyclovir. And why this product is developed? To increase the oral absorption and plasma level of acyclovir. So if you go through this part, here if COOH is present, here H is present. So that is the structure of valine, that is the structure of. Okay, so this is the ester form is takes place, that is the prodrug of acyclovir. So due to the ester form, it increases the oral absorption, it increases the duration of activity, and it increases the plasma level of acyclovir. So when hydrolysis of acyclovir takes place, so this is acyclovir. So hydrolysis takes place at the ester position. So they form one acid, one alcohol. So that acid which is formed, that part, this part is called as valine, that is the amino acid, that is the carboxylic acid containing amino acid. And this remaining part, that is the acyclovir, that is the actual drug which enters into the cell, it is converted into the monophosphate, biphosphate, triphosphate, it enters into the DNA synthesis, it inhibits the chain elongation process of the DNA, that is the termination of DNA synthesis takes place. Okay. The next drug, that is the ganciclovir. So this is the structure of ganciclovir. Again, you check that it's similar to the guanine, and instead of sugar moiety, it consists of these two hydroxy group containing side chain. So actually, in guanosine, the sugar moiety is present. Instead of the sugar moiety, it consists of this dihydroxy group containing moiety. So this again ganciclovir, when it enters into the cell by the viral kinase, it is converted into monophosphate, by cellular enzyme converted into diphosphate, triphosphate. In triphosphate, when they converted into triphosphate, they enters into the DNA synthesis, and DNA chain termination takes place, or the DNA synthesis termination takes place. They are also responsible to inhibit the viral DNA polymerase. Next drug, that is the penciclovir. Okay, so similar structure, that is the guanosine part, that is the dihydroxy part. In ganciclovir, there is a oxygen is present, that is the ether linkage is present, but in case of penciclovir, the ether or that oxygen is replaced by the carbon. Similarly, two hydroxy groups are present. Then famciclovir. Okay, so similar, here is the absence of oxygen is takes place, here ester moiety is present. So that is the structure of famciclovir. Now these valacyclovir and famciclovir, they are the prodrugs. Okay, so the valacyclovir, as we have already discussed, it is converted into acyclovir by the hydrolysis process, as they consist of ester. Okay. In famciclovir also there is a presence of ester, so they require to undergo the hydrolysis process, so it forms OH here, here, OH, and the oxidation takes place to form double bond O. So this becomes the structure of famciclovir. Okay, so valacyclovir, famciclovir are the prodrugs. They are converted into their active form, that is the acyclovir by valacyclovir, and famciclovir it converted into the, after oxidation and hydrolysis process, they are converted into the penciclovir. Then they are converted into monophosphate, diphosphate, triphosphate form. This triphosphate form, they enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis. Due to the absence of sugar moiety, they inhibit the DNA synthesis, or they terminate the chain, and it decreases or inhibit viral DNA polymerase. So the mechanism of all these drugs are same. Next drug, that is the idoxuridine. So this is the structure of idoxuridine. So this is the structure of uracil. This is the structure of deoxyribose sugar. If here also hydroxy group is present, it becomes ribose sugar. If here there is no hydroxy group, it becomes the deoxyribose sugar. So in this uracil, there is extra part, iodine is present. So it is called as idoxuridine. If iodine is not there, then this uracil with sugar moiety, it is called as uridine. But due to the presence of iodine, this drug is called as idoxuridine. So it is the nucleoside analogs. It is modified from deoxyuridine. Similar, what we have seen in the previous drugs, the mechanism action is similar, but due to the presence of iodine atom in the uracil component, it block base pairing. Base pairing होऊ शकत नाही. It is used only topical because it causes the cardiac toxicity due to the presence of iodine. Here is iodoxuridine by the viral thymidine kinase. It is converted into monophosphate. Then by cellular kinase, it is converted into diphosphate. Then it is converted into triphosphate, which is the active form which enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis as it consists of deoxyribose. So it is enters into the DNA synthesis, and when it enters into the DNA synthesis, the base pairing fails due to the presence of iodine. So DNA chain termination or the DNA chain elongation stops and DNA chain termination takes place. Okay. Next drug similar to the nucleoside analogs, it is vidarabine. It is also called as ARA. Okay. So if you go through this one, this is the adenosine part. If this sugar is present at this position, that is same plane with this hydroxy group, if these two are in the same plane, it is called as ribosugar. But these hydroxy and these hydroxy, they are of different plane having different uh, symmetry. So this sugar is called as beta D urbinofuranose sugar. So vidarabine, as it consists of urbinofuranose sugar along with the adenosine, they are called as 9 beta D urbinofuranosyl adenine. In short, this drug is called as ARA-A. Okay. So you can clearly observe this is adenine part, this hydroxy group, as it is a beta position, it becomes urbinofuranose sugar. So similarly, vidarabine act by the interfering with synthesis of DNA. Again, they are converted into the monophosphate, diphosphate, triphosphate, and in this active form of triphosphate is the active form of vidarabine, and it is inhibitor of both. That is the substrate of viral DNA polymerase. That is, it inhibits viral DNA polymerase as well as they inhibit the synthesis of DNA by terminating the DNA synthesis. And instead of ribose sugar, it consists of urbinofuranose sugar. So whenever there is a presence of adenine or the adenine triphosphate, that is the ATP, instead of that there must be presence of vidarabine triphosphate or ARA ATP. So that is the change in the sugar moiety takes place. This change in the sugar moiety, it is responsible to inhibit the DNA synthesis. So ARA-ATP, that is the active form of vidarabine, it is incorporated in the DNA strand, replacing many of adenosine bases, and it results into the prevention of DNA synthesis, and it destabilizes the strand. Okay, we have started the chapter that is the antiviral agents. To know regarding the mechanism of action of antiviral agents, we have to firstly know what is virus. So the virus is any dead particle or any dead cell which is present outside the host cell. But when it enters into the host cell, it may be the human cell or it may be the any animal. If it enters in the body, it utilizes the host cell mechanism for its multiplication. Now every cell requires the machinery the mechanism for the multiplication. In human body also, for the ATP energy we require the cell machineries. Okay, to perform the different functions we require the enzymes, hormones. These are nothing but the proteins. So how they are synthesized? They are synthesized with the help of the cell machineries or the enzymes which are present in the cell. It is the process called as the protein biosynthesis, in which DNA is converted into RNA, and then RNA, with the help of RNA, it is converted into proteins. So proteins mean not only the albumin like these proteins. The proteins means any enzymes, maybe the hormones, maybe the genetic materials, maybe the different coenzymes which are required for the growth of this cell. Okay, so the DNA to RNA synthesis, the process is called as transcription, and from RNA to proteins it is called as translation. Okay, so when it is possible, when we having the virus in which DNA is the genetic material. If we don't have the DNA as a genetic material, what happens if RNA is genetic material? Suppose any virus having RNA, suppose for example, let us coronavirus is having the RNA as a genetic material. So it forms DNA from RNA, and this process is called as reverse transcription. Okay, and then again this DNA it forms RNA and it forms the protein. Okay, so this is the process by which the protein biosynthesis or the enzymes, coenzymes, any material which is required for the growth, multiplication of the cell, it can be synthesized by the protein biosynthesis. Okay, now if we have to synthesize the DNA or we have to replicate the DNA, we have to elongate the DNA chain, we require the nitrogenous bases. There are two types of nitrogen bases. Which are they? Purine and pyrimidine. Okay, so these are the nitrogenous bases which are present in the DNA as well as in the RNA. In the purine we having the adenine and guanine. In pyrimidine we having the thymine, cytosine and uracil. So these are the different nitrogenous bases which is present in the DNA or RNA. Okay, so it is not like that if we have giving the adenine, or if adenine is synthesized, it is directly converted into the DNA or into the RNA, or if we having the adenine and thymine, that means adenine and thymine, they doesn't or they don't form a bond between adenine and thymine. For that we require that adenine must be present in the form of ATP and thymine must be present in the form of TTP. So what is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate, and TTP means thymine triphosphate or thymidine triphosphate. So these are the forms which are required or which are actually enters into the DNA replication or in the synthesis of RNA. Okay, we are getting the point. So if adenine is synthesized in our body, it does not mean that it will enters into the DNA. This adenine undergo conversion into adenosine. So how it undergo? Suppose, okay, so we have started the chapter that is the antiviral drugs. For that you have to understand what is the difference between RNA virus and DNA virus. Now this is RNA, this is the single stranded, this is DNA. Okay, so these are the genetic materials. This RNA are having one single coating made up of protein, and this is called as capsid. Okay, and this protein or the capsid is surrounded by another layer which is made up of lipid. So that is the lipid envelope. Similarly, if DNA is present, it will be surrounded by the protein, that is the capsid. It will be surrounded by another layer, that is the lipid envelope. And this virus which having the RNA and genetic material, it is called as RNA virus. This which having the DNA as the genetic material, it is called as DNA virus. Now in the simple, if DNA is present in human cell, it is converted into RNA, and this is converted, or with the help of RNA, protein biosynthesis takes place. So DNA to RNA, this reaction is called as transcription. Okay, and RNA to protein synthesis, or with the help of RNA, protein biosynthesis takes place, and this reaction is called as translation process. Okay, so in this way protein biosynthesis takes place in human cell, but when it having DNA. But in case of RNA virus, it having RNA as genetic material.
for that, for the protein biosynthesis, it has to be converted into the DNA. And for the conversion of RNA into DNA, it is the opposite to the transcription process. So this reaction is called as reverse transcription. And so enzyme which is required for the conversion of RNA into DNA, it is called as reverse transcriptase. Again, DNA forms mRNA or the RNA, and from that protein biosynthesis takes place. So in this way, in the RNA virus, it is also called as the retrovirus. It is converted into first into DNA by the reverse transcription process and again undergo transcription to form mRNA, and finally the protein biosynthesis takes place. So in this way, the protein biosynthesis takes place. Protein means not only the proteins. Proteins may be the enzymes, it may be the hormones, it may be the any material which is required for the growth of the cell or for the assembly of the virus cell. Okay, so that is the difference between RNA virus and DNA virus. Now, as we know, there are two types of nitrogenous bases present in the RNA or DNA. One is purine, another one is pyrimidine. Okay, so in purine, this is the structure of purine. Okay, and the pyrimidine, this is the structure of pyrimidine. So that is the nitrogenous bases which are present in our body or in the RNA or DNA. Okay. Now in purine there is a adenine is present and second one guanine is present. In pyrimidine there are three, that is the uracil, thymine and cytosine. So these are nitrogenous bases as pyrimidine which is present in our body. Now during the regular DNA synthesis, what happens, or RNA synthesis, AT and GC bonding takes place. Okay. But when it is possible, we having the pure adenine and pure thymine. Actually this ATGC, it is not only the adenine binds with the thymine. Actually ATP, it binds with TTP, or GTP, it binds with CTP. So what is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. What is TTP? Thymine triphosphate. Similarly, this is guanosine triphosphate, this is the cytosine triphosphate. So what is the difference? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, uracil, it does not enter directly into the DNA or RNA synthesis. For that, they have to be converted into it guanosine phosphate form, adenosine phosphate form, thymine phosphate form, or cytosine phosphate form. Okay.
Next class of antiviral agent, that is the reverse transcriptase inhibitor. Okay, so there are two types: the nucleosides reverse transcriptase inhibitor, second one non-nucleoside is reverse transcriptase inhibitors. The drug which consists of the structure similar to the nitrogenous bases, they comes under the nucleosides. Those which have not similar the structure with the nucleotide bases, they comes under the non-nucleoside is reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Okay, the first drug for the nucleosides reverse transcriptase inhibitor, that is the zidovudine. It is called as azidothymidine. Okay, so this thymine, this is structure of thymine. This is the structure of sugar. So sugar along with the thymine, it is called as thymidine. But here there is the absence of hydroxy group and it having the azido group. So this drug is called as azido, as N3 is present, and thymidine. So that is the structure of thymidine. So it is the drug, common name is the zidovudine, azidothymidine. So it is called as AZT. Okay. Now it can be commonly used in pregnancy and it is safe for the baby. So zidovudine is the nucleoside analog reverse transcriptase inhibitors. It works by inhibiting the enzyme, that is the reverse transcriptase, that HIV uses to make DNA. Therefore, it decreases the replication of the viruses. Now, this is the structure of azidoudine, or you can say AZT. So again, for if it has to enter into the DNA or RNA synthesis, it has to be converted into the triphosphate form. So here base is present, sugar is present, but instead of hydroxy group, azido group is present. Okay. So first step, that is the phosphorylation takes place, and one phosphate group is attached to this part. Okay. Then again it undergo phosphorylation. So another phosphate group is attached, then again phosphorylation, so three phosphate groups are attached. So it is called as AZT monophosphate, azidothiamidine monophosphate, as it consists of one phosphate. It is called as azidothiamidine diphosphate. It is called as azidothiamidine triphosphate. And this azidothiamidine triphosphate, it actually enters into the synthesis of DNA or RNA, but due to the absence of hydroxy group and presence of azido group, it forms a false DNA or the false nucleic acids, or it will terminate the chain elongation process by inhibiting the synthesis of DNA due to the absence of hydroxy group and having the additional azido group. Next drug which comes under this category, it is the stavudine. Again, if you go through the structure, it consists of thymine, this is sugar, so it is the thymidine. Okay, but instead of hydroxy group, here or here, this they are removal and the double bond is present between these two positions, and such drug is called as stavudine, and it is called as 2,3 dideoxy 2,3 dihydrothymidine, as there is an absence of hydroxy group. So when this stavudine it will enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis, they will don't have any hydroxy group. Instead of that, they will have the double bond. So it forms again the false DNA or the false RNA, and it will terminate the chain elongation process, that is the DNA synthesis. Okay, so that is the stavudine. By the enzyme viral kinase, it is converted into stavudine monophosphate. Then it is diphosphate, it is triphosphate. So it forms stavudine triphosphate, and this enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis, and it terminate the chain elongation process. Next drug, that is the lamivudine. So this is the nitrogen base. Here the sugar, instead of carbon, it consists of the sulfur. Okay, so this is the cytosine sugar. This is cytosine, this is sugar, so it is called as cytidine. So lamivudine, as it consists of sulfur group at 3' position, it is called as 3' thiocytidine, because it is the cytosine and sugar, it is called as cytidine, but at 3' position sulfur is present, so it is called as 3' thiocytidine. So it is by the kinase, it is converted into monophosphate, then diphosphate, then triphosphate, and this triphosphate form it enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis, and they are responsible to inhibit the DNA or RNA synthesis, that is the chain termination of this nucleic acid takes place. Next drug, that is the jalcitabine. Here there is absence of hydroxy group, so they are called as 2,3 dideoxycytidine, as they devoid of, or they having the hydrogens instead of hydroxy group. Okay, so that is the jalcitabine. So jalcitabine, again the similar process, converted into monophosphate, biphosphate, and triphosphate. So mechanism of action of all these nucleosides, they have the same, that is they have to be converted into triphosphate form, and this triphosphate form enters into the synthesis of DNA and RNA, and due to the absence of the specific hydroxy groups or due to the changes in the structure, it will form false DNA or false RNA, or they are responsible for the inhibition of DNA or RNA synthesis. Next one, diadenosine. Actually, this is the inosine part. This is the sugar. So there is an absence of sugar moiety or hydroxy group takes place. So it is called as 2,3 dideoxy, that is the devoid of uh, hydroxy group, so dideoxy inosine. So this is the structure of inosine where two hydroxy groups are present. So due to the absence of these two hydroxy groups, they are called as 2,3 dideoxy inosine. Actually, this diadenosine is a prodrug, that is the inosine part. Okay, so devoid of these two hydroxy groups. So it is one of the prodrug. So this diadenosine in liver, it is converted into diadenosine monophosphate. Then this diadenosine monophosphate is converted into the dideoxy adenosine monophosphate, which is the active drug. So here amination takes place at this position, deoxidative amination. So deoxidative means there is a removal of this two double bond O and addition of amine group takes place. So this inosine is converted into adenosine. That means diadenosine monophosphate is converted into 2,3 dideoxy adenosine monophosphate. Then again phosphorylation at this position takes place. It forms ADP, that is the adenosine diphosphate. Again phosphorylation takes place. You are getting the 3 phosphate group. So this group is called as dideoxy adenosine triphosphate. So there is missing of hydroxy group at 2 and 3rd position. Okay, so that is just a mechanism of action. Diadenosine, it is a prodrug. It is converted into the inosine monophosphate into the dideoxy adenosine monophosphate. Then it is converted into diphosphate, triphosphate, and it enters into the synthesis of nucleic acid and it forms false nucleotides. Okay. Next drug is abacavir. So similar is present. There is absence of hydroxy group. There is the addition of the cyclopropyl group. So this abacavir by the kinase enzyme, it is converted into monophosphate, diphosphate, then triphosphate. It enters into the DNA or RNA synthesis. It forms a false nucleotide. It terminates the chain elongation process. Now, next part is the non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. So, non-nucleoside, that means the drug does not have a similar structure with DNA or RNA nucleotide bases. That is, that they are devoid of the nucleotide basis structures. For example, what is the mechanism of action? Okay, so this is applicable for the RNA virus as they consist of reverse transcriptase enzyme and it converts this reverse transcriptase enzyme into the RNA into the DNA. That is the opposite process of transcription. So it is called as the reverse transcriptase enzyme. So normal procedure what happens in CD4 cells when it enters or the virus enters into the cell or the host cell. This is HIV RNA. By using the enzyme reverse transcriptase, this RNA is converted into the HIV DNA and this HIV DNA enters into the cell nucleus of CD4. So that is the normal procedure takes place. Now when we are giving the drug, that is the reverse transcriptase inhibitor, what happens? The RNA virus, it enters into the CD4 cell, but when it enters into the CD4 cell, it cannot be acted by reverse transcriptase as the drugs non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase or nucleoside reverse transcriptase, they block this enzyme, and due to the blocking of this enzyme is not possible for here this enzyme to convert the RNA into the DNA. So completely process of DNA synthesis, that is the reverse transcription process, is inhibited. So that is the function of drugs comes under the reverse transcriptase inhibitors. So these are some examples of non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. So they don't have any similar kind of structure with the nucleoside bases. So they come under the non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor.